Hello everyone, there is Michael Archangel here with my first commentary video. And today we're going to be talking about realistic superhero movies. So I think the idea of this kind of stems from the fact that people kind of do this, like in real life, like real people that do it. I don't feel like diving into Alex Jones and superhero art. You can just look at it for yourself. So instead I'm going to be talking about the movies. So there have, as far as my knowledge, have been 3 realistic superhero movies. The first one being Super, which is my favorite, and then Kick-Ass, and then Kick-Ass 2. I think that personally I like Super a lot more, mainly because it feels more gritty and realistic, and it doesn't feel like it's trying to be a comic book. And that was my big issue with Kick-Ass. But anyways, let's start with the plot. So the plot kind of begins with Ryan Wilson and his life, and him getting married to his wife, and telling an officer that someone had gone into a building.
I've had 2 perfect moments in my life. The first was when I married Sarah. The other, I was downtown.
You went in there, officer!
Thanks, pal.
Just informing them of that. And I thought this was it felt kind of like a rush scene, but it was like, I don't know how else they would have filmed this. It's just plot decisions. Alright, so then after that, they kind of realize that they're fading away.
Frank.
I knew I was losing her.
And then she straight up is just like, I'm gonna head out. I ain't gonna leave a note. I'm just gonna go and live with Kevin Bacon. So anyway, so she goes and lives with Kevin Bacon and becomes a drug addict, which, because this movie has a lot of religious undertones, and it's thought like drugs, they bad. In the way that it was bad. It wasn't like pot. It was like heroin being injected into her fucking foot. Anyways, so she's on drugs, and he's trying to take her out of the car, and there's this very uncomfortable scene, to say the least. Where
Haven't I been nice to you? I mean, I've been nice, right? I complimented your cooking. You don't know who I am, so I'm gonna give you one last warning. Out of the fucking kindness in my fucking heart, don't fucking touch my car again. That is the last time.
Frank!
I'm going. That's not the kind of touch.
has some weird kind of cool fever dream, where these fucking squid things, which is from when he was watching hentai, for some reason, like squid hentai. So anyway, so it is the little thingies that go inside of his head. They do this weird surgery, and his head flops open. I kind of, at first, because I looked at Ryan Wilson's Instagram page, and there's just this picture of Ryan Wilson next to him with his head split open, and I'm like, does he have a test scene? But no, it was just that weird fucking fever dream scene. But anyways, after that, he becomes the Crimson Bolt. I really honestly like his costume. It feels very realistic and homemade. But it was more it kind of reminded me of Spider-Man's costume, and the idea of it being sewed together by a teenager and not really having it be made out of weird rubbery spandex. And it was cloth, some pads, and then a helmet. Also, have I mentioned how funny this movie is?
Hello. I'm a college student, and I'm doing a report on where to buy drugs. The streets where all the drug dealers are.
You're writing a report on that?
Yes.
Why are you wearing a fake beard?
It's real. my hair growing out of my face.
Oh, well, I guess we can just start by checking the internet for old news stories.
A lot of people think it's fake, but it's not. It's real. They wanted me to be a real beard Santa because of how real my beard was. But I was like, no, I have to write this report.
So, in this movie, his preferred attire for a weapon is a wrench, a red wrench.
That'll do.
He kind of just has an idea. He's like, "Shut up, crime."
Shut up, crime.
And that is the thing about this movie is you won't forget like any of these funny sayings like, "Shut up, crime." You know, I'll beat the crap out of you for cutting in line. Which was a big scene that like when everyone watches this movie, they remember that scene when he cuts in line and he just beats the shit out of this couple that just cuts in line, and it's like, no cutting in line.
Don't butt! Who do you...
Do not molest little kids.
Don't steal! Don't molest kids! Don't deal drugs!
And it's funny. I mean, in its own messed up matter. Also, the soundtrack isn't the greatest. I mean, it's a lot like with these like kind of cinematic kind of like soundtrack. It's not like Guardians of the Galaxy, which was James Gunn's next movie that he directed, which was a lot better, but it was different than Super. Also, Super is very bland and gray. But anyways, so like while he's like developing this whole, you know, persona of a superhero, he meets up with this girl, which I honestly don't even remember her name. I don't really even remember Ryan Wilson's character's name, but I remember her superhero name, which is important. So anyways, so they meet up, and he's like been shot because he snuck into Kevin Bacon's house, and they catch him and shoot him in the leg, and then he goes over to her party, and then he lives with her for a while, which I thought was a little bit weird. There's a lot of weird stuff in this movie that I'm probably gonna end up just glancing over. Anyways, so he goes and lives with her and tells her his secret identity, and then she makes this weird costume that seems more comical than his costume, as it's just straight up spandex, no protection. Also, another thing that no one's really pointed out is I think there's a helmet inside of his mask. It's not just a mask, it's a mask and a helmet, which I thought was kind of cool and weird. Anyways, so she becomes Bolty, and he is a sidekick, and there's some weird scenes where so their first scene that they go on is they beat up this random kid that keyed someone's car.
Halloween was like a month ago, bro.
That's him. Ow, my arm! Reagan's just like when you got shot!
Which, when I was watching this movie, for some reason, I thought it meant that he stole his car, but no, he just went, shh. That's what that is. And it was funny with this whole scene where where they're just like beating the crap out of this dude, and she's like, yeah, I think he did at least. I don't really have any proof. And he's
Fucking be evil!
You're not supposed to kill him!
Oh, and then he'd never key a car again, would he? A brand new fucking Jetta, Frank. Melissa loved that car.
Say that.
What, Frank?
Don't stop saying.
Ow! Oh, fuck.
You really keyed your friend's car?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him.
and they leave, and for some reason, her costumes, like have. Maren Wilson's character gets attacked by James Gunn's brother. Don't even remember his name. So, Bolty runs him over with a car, and it makes it look like she paralyzed him.
That's what you get for fucking with the Crimson Bolt and Bolty, you stupid cocksucker! And now your legs are gone! Ah!
after that, and then after that scene, they just kind of drive away, and he's like, "Hey, no more cussing."
You're fucking awesome, Frank.
Hey, you want to be my sidekick? No cussing.
Right.
And then at the end, they're just like, they get a bunch of stuff from like this gun store. You got all these like conservative people that are just like, guns. And anyways, so they do that and they buy a bunch of stuff. He makes this cool thing where it's like this little pump thing. There's like a razor inside.
Watch this.
Whoa!
He only uses once, and I honestly forgot about it when I was watching the movie that he even had it until like he shoots Kevin Bacon in the crotch with it. But that's kind of skipping. So there's this big black guy, and he comes and he's like the drug dealer. There's that, and then pretty much Bolte gets shot in the head. This was such a surreal thing because I've never really just seen someone just straight up just die. The other thing is practical effects in this movie are 100% better in this movie than they are in Kick-Ass. Anyways, so her head's just blown off. Then he's all mad. He comes in. He's like a badass. He's so he comes in. He beats the crap out of Yondu, and he just like bashes his head in, and then after that he comes in, and then he kills Kevin Bacon by shooting that razor. And he carries his wife back. So, in this movie, I thought it was kind of, the ending was a little strange. Like the ending story where it was like, hey, they got married again, and then, and then they divorced, but she left the note, and she wasn't addicted to drugs, so, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that happens, and then, it's like, he sits on the wall. And this is honestly like a heart-aching moment, because I mean, when I was watching this movie, that was the one thing that it had over Kick-Ass, because when I was watching Kick-Ass, I didn't feel any emotion for the characters. When I saw Ryan Wilson's like character, and even his acting is better than the main characters in Kick-Ass, which I'm going to be comparing and also talking about later, this next part of this video. Anyways, so pretty much he's sitting and he's crying, and there's this so surreal moment when he's like crying, but it's happy cries. Also, like they mistake the cop guy for him, which is stupid. I mean, they just look at him and like, hi, and I'm like, how did they not notice that wasn't Ryan Wilson's character, who's like way taller than him and not wearing a suit? I thought that was kind of dumb. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I know it was a little bit of a long video, 15 minutes long. I hope you guys like the new way I'm going with the channel, more commentary related and movie related. I might do some album reviews at some point, if I feel like it. Anyways, make sure to like, please subscribe, or I will murder you. Alright, stay tuned until next week when I'm gonna do Kick-Ass. And then Kick-Ass 2 a week after that. Got my whole life figured out. Alright. Bye.